So I'm recording here. So basically, that's the program is redesigned to bring in more time for people to pitch. Last year, we waited to the end for people to pitch and pitch and pitch, but people were like, they wish they got that vibe of pitching early, that would have helped shape how they approached everything and would have given them um, more seriousness kind of vibe um, um, from the beginning, and that's what we try to incorporate this year. So, Payme, I don't know if you're ready. Can we start with the talk? And last thing I forgot to mention is that some of the fellows from last year will be joining us this year, so you would be getting to meet them soon. So the way today will work is I will do a couple of presentations, then we'll go ahead and get and do a 1 minute speech with each of you. Now, contrary to what we have said earlier, today's speech will not be graded in any way, so you can relax. So your 1 minute speech today will not be graded in any way. You can relax, but we want you to at least to have given it a thought and think about it. So it will not be graded in any way. So if Timmy is not here, then I might just as well start with her presentation. Then if she joins us later, then we can.
I'm here. My network is. I'm here. My network is very bad, so I'm connected with your Zoom. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay. I can only see my name. I was wondering. Yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, my network is very bad, so you probably would not hear me.
Okay. So are you able to share from your hand?
That's what I'm trying to do. My network is just going off and on. So I'm trying to. I don't know. The network has been bad since the morning. I don't know why.
So can I share from here?
Okay. Can you just go? Okay.
Okay.
Can you share it from your side?
I just did.
Can you see what I'm sharing? Yeah. Sorry.
I think so.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Hi. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I think I've spoken to some of you privately and some I've not spoken to privately. But it's nice to meet everybody and welcome to Sozo's family. This is our humble family. So for the 2021 Youth and Development Program, we selected the best of the best. So congratulations for being here. I'm sorry I cannot share my video. My network is poor and I'm afraid if I try to share the video, you wouldn't even hear me at all. So the 2021 Youth and Development Program is like a baby to us in Sozo. So this is the second edition, and youth development is one of the things we focus on in Sozo, and we are happy that we are able to give back to the community. We are able to impact into young change maker, young leaders, and we are happy that you are here. Dr. Shegun, can you move to the next slide? So welcome everybody. The next one. Okay, so I think most of you know what the Youth and Development Program is all about, and you won't be here if you don't know that. And the introduction speech, rather, as Dr. Shegun said, we were able to grade it, but due to the short time or short notice we gave you guys, we're not going to grade it. But what we want to know is that, who are you? tell us about you, tell us about your organization, the project or product you're working on in just 1 minute. Please, let us be time conscious, just 1 minute. Like Dr. Shagun will say, an elevator speech is just 30 seconds. So you're having more than 30 seconds, 1 minute. Tell us everything we need to know about you in 1 minute. What is the problem and targeted market? What is the solution to the problem? How do you want to generate revenue for your project? And what makes your idea unit? What makes your idea unit? What do you have that every other person do not have? What makes you special? So we want you to tell us everything in just 1 minute. So I'm hoping you guys would wow us. Can we go to the next slide, please? Okay, so Impact Box. Impact Box is our own social incubator, it's our own social enterprise, our own baby. And everything you need to know about social impact, social analysis, social change, anything you just need to know about anything social development, you will find on Impact Box. It is a wealth of knowledge where you will learn what you need to learn at your own pace, at your own time. So for the 3-month program, you are going to use Impact Box to learn. We are going to give every one of you access to Impact Box. And we have a curriculum for you guys. You have a curriculum that would help you learn in this 3-month fellowship program. We would give you weekly assessments and we are going to grade your weekly assessment. So I think you guys should put that into consideration when you're learning. Learn, don't just memorize, assimilate, be able to express what you've learned, be able to put it into a practical or real live example, be able to bring out case studies from what you learn. And that is how we would know you're learning. That's how we're going to know that we are actually making an impact. That's how we are going to analyze our own impact. So you have to learn, assimilate, and the weekly assessment would let us grade if you're actually learning what you're expecting to learn or if you're just memorizing it. Next slide, please. So we have a bi-weekly training every week. So every 2 weeks, we would have an interactive session. Sometimes we bring in guest speakers, sometimes it's in-house. Then we have this networking, team building, collaboration, live session, just 2 hours. For 2 hours, you can interact with your peers. Although we're on WhatsApp, we're all on WhatsApp, so you can interact with whoever you want to interact with, no problem. But you can interact with your peers. During that 2 hours, we're going to have like a meeting room whereby we would pair you with like 3 or 4 of your fellows. We'll put you in a room, you guys will talk, you guys will pitch your ideas with each other, then we'll change you, switch it on that set of people like that. We'll keep on switching you guys so that you guys can interact, you can collaborate. And then team building is like, it's an essence in any social venture, like any community development work you want to do. Just remember that you cannot do it on your own. Like Dr. Shagun will say what competition is not the goal. What is what? Collaboration. If you compete, probably will lose out on some things. But if you collaborate, you might have this skill, you might have this idea that the next person does not have, or a person might have the idea that you don't have, that you need, that is vital to your own development. You guys can collaborate and bring out a wonderful project. So collaboration is a key in development. So I hope and I expect you guys to collaborate on projects. Although we're still going to pair you guys up for maybe like a community development project and the likes. But during these 3 months, you guys to collaborate, share ideas, share methods, and work together. Next slide, please. Okay, now the monthly pitch. So this monthly pitch experiment is going to take 11 minutes. Everybody, each fellow has 11 minutes to present what they have to say. And in this pitch, you have to be concise. Please don't give us background that we don't need, because you start to lose time when you give background that you don't need. You start to lose time when you talk about things that are not actually necessary for your pitch. You start to lose time when you talk about things that are not necessary for your pitch. So the first two pitch competition is going to be judged by coaches within. Although we'll bring in people from outside, though, but it will be judged by people within. But the last competition is the major one. This is where you pitch for the seed fund. And before you can compete for the third one, the third pitch, you have to have succeeded in the first and second pitch. So you have to be well prepared. You don't just come here and like it's a accumulation of whatever you do. Like now this first pitch, this introduction pitch is out of it. So you know that the end of this month we have one pitch, the end of the second month we have much pitch, one pitch rather, and the end of the third month is the final pitch where you wow us. You told us, okay, why should we give you this money? Why should we? And we're not just giving one person the money. That's why we have winners. So if it's just one person that's pitched to an extent that deserves this money or deserves this seed fund, we'll give it to one person. If it's 3 people, good. If it's everybody, congratulations to all of us. Then we know that we've done our, like as in we've wowed everybody, but the pitch is very important. This is what the whole youth and development program is all about. We should know that at the end of these sessions, of this training, of this program, we have created a legion of leaders, like people that are ready to take on the world. So the pitch session is going to be 3 hours. And there's 4 minutes to ask question and answer. This question and answer part is actually important. Your peers are going to ask you a question. So, and the question you're asking your fellow, let me use it like that, should be a question that you want to learn from them, not a question to antagonize them or to demoralize them. It's just a question that you want to actually learn from them. And it's a competition though, but it's not a competition to hate each other or to fight each other. So I hope we get good results from that. Can we go to the next slide? Okay, office hour. Office hours are designed for coaching and personal consultation with coaches. For example, now, one of our esteemed coaches, Dr. Shegun. So you can have at least 1 hour in a month to talk to any of our coaches. Dr. Shegun, I'm not supposed to tell you these people, so would give you like a guideline after, but the thing is, you can talk to them and ask them personal questions. When I say personal question, I don't mean how are you, how is your family? Personal question that pertains to your development. So the coaching is just like it's just like another kind of mentorship, but this time around it's not like a long mentorship. You can talk to any coach, or we can assign you to any coach. So once we do that, it's like an office hour. You can have them more than once in a month. You can have it twice, 3 times in a month. But at least each fellow should have 1 hour of office hour in a month. 1 office hour in a month. Each fellow should have that. So it's compulsory. And the next slide, please. Can you hear me, please? I hope I'm not talking to be here.
Yes, we can.
Very poor.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Hi, Tammy. We can hear you.
Thank you. Okay, I feel like everything is just quiet. Okay, the mentorship program. So we are going to pair fellows with mentors that share similar interests with them. Like, for example, if your interest is in climate change, you can pair with somebody that is grounded in climate change. If your interest is in education, you can pair with Dr. Shegun, education. If your interest is in feminism, pair with somebody that is similar, that has similar interest with you. So this mentorship program is to guide you. Like, they have already passed through what you're passing through now. They've already seen the disadvantage and the advantages of everything you're going to see. So they are supposed to guide you so you don't have much disadvantages, so you have much advantages. So they are going to guide you. They'll be like your how will I say it, footstep. You follow their footstep, not necessarily modeling them to that extent, but at least you learn from them. So this mentorship program is very important. I believe every one of us, we understand what mentorship is, and we would use this opportunity to gain insights into things we don't know and learn from our mentors. So we also expect all fellows to attend the monthly session for the mentorship program organized by Sozo Network. I would send you, I would always update the group chat with the new information about the mentorship program. We have the one for June, and it is Kayode Ahmed that is going to take that, and the topic is lovely. You learn from the mentorship program. We always learn from the mentorship program. Temi Kukwala did the one for last year, and she talked about social media enhancement, she talked about personal development and the likes. So the mentorship program is a big deal for us, and I hope you guys would not miss it. It's even, we expect all of you to do that. Dr. Check the next slide. Hello.
Yeah, I'm on the next
Okay.
slide.
Okay, feedback. Feedback. We expect all fellows to give us feedback on their weekly training and monthly pitch. What did you learn? Are we actually serving your needs? Are we meeting up to your expectation? We need to know so that we as an organization can improve, and we would give you feedback too, so that you would know where you are lacking behind and we can help you, or you can help yourself rather. But feedback is important. Feedback is how we know if we're actually doing what we're supposed to do. So the last one is the YID alumni. Once you complete this program, welcome to YID family. So you benefit from recommendation, collaboration, sponsorship, and the likes. I hope you enjoy your 3-month program. So I'm going to let Dr. Shagun pick up from where I stopped. Dr. Shagun.
Thank you, Tammy. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I will run through a couple of slides also before I call on Tolu. Then Tolu will talk more about the collaboration program that we are doing with the universities in the US, starting from Appalachian State University. But before then, I want to recognize some of the YID alums that are here. I can see Bright and I can see David. Guys, thank you for being a part of this. And I can also see Gold. You guys will have a lot to do with Gold over the course of the next 3 months, because she manages our online programs, and she will be the one that you'll be interfacing the most, but maybe you may never talk to except you have some challenges. She would be collating all your assignments and ensuring that your learning is going smoothly on Impact Toolbox. We'll get to talk about that, maybe not today, but in subsequent meetings. Go, thank you for being here. So let me start by sharing my own screen, and my presentation will just continue from where Topper stopped. Sorry, 1 second. So I hope everyone can see my screen. So let's talk a bit about Impact Toolbox. So by now we've said it several times about what Impact Toolbox is. It is a digital incubation platform, and all those gist. But basically what it offers is that it offers you a 3-month access to different contents that helps you build your social enterprise into what it ought to be. And it also brings in subject expert series. Part of it is the mentorship program that Temi mentioned. And the most important part of it is that we encourage peer-to-peer feedbacks and the support offered by our coaches. So you'll be learning as much from your colleagues as much as you'll be learning from us, or from everything you'll be getting from the platform. So it's important that you interact with other people. Impact Box was started based on the idea that by providing broad opportunities for people to learn is one of the easiest way to get the most promising entrepreneurs and ideas. So our goal really is to democratize learning opportunity by doing this. And we've gotten professors and social entrepreneurs from all across the world, from prestigious institutions, to contribute to the toolbox. So you'll be learning from some of the best in their fields, from Impact Toolbox, basically. And this is what your experience will look like. One of the second goal of Impact Toolbox over time is to create one of the largest platforms for social entrepreneurs in Africa, and the first place investors will go to when they are looking for youth-led social ventures. And the effort we are making on our part on the end is that we are building partnerships every day. In fact, my daily job is looking for new partnerships, new funders, new impact investors that are interested in funding projects in Africa. And we are constantly, as you continue to grow your idea, we'll keep telling them about your products and services, or the kind of impact that you're making. So communication is very important. So as you grow, it will be very good if you let us know what your project is becoming, and the activities you're doing, so that we can put all of this forward as we pitch to investors every day. So we've been able to push some of our last year alumni to get um, several opportunities, and it's important that you just, all you have to do is that you're swimming in a lot of opportunities and resources. So it's important that you maximize all these opportunities. So basically, Temi has explained the monthly pitch competition. The winners will get a 6 month one-on-one. Now, this kind of mentorship is basically helping you to use the fund that we are giving you to actually really grow. And it's important that if you win, that you remain accountable, and or we'll talk about all of those things. And it's also important that you network with each other. One of the winners from last year, I realized last week when I had a check-in meeting with them, that one of the fellows now work as a chief operating officer at the other person's organization, which I think is very important. It's very interesting. So this other person did not win, but now she works for one of the people that won. And you never can tell where that kind of job opportunity will come from, or or maybe you could even become a co-founder for another person's organization. It all depends. Try as much as possible to be flexible. And the fact that you have your organization or you have your venture does not mean that you can't serve as a co-founder or an advisor or as a support agent for another person's organization. The goal and orientation that we are trying to impact onto you is to think global and think like a system. So systems thinking is very important, and that is to say that if you have a skill that you're not using in your own organization, you can actually render it for another organization, so that we can all push forward together. So these are your coaches for 2021. Ta-da! Um, these are these are people that have been selected because you know them already, and because they are very approachable. You met Loretta during the boot camp. In fact, you met every one of us during the boot camp, and we are here to serve you. Loretta was the very first brain behind the Youth in Development Boot Camp. She designed the boot camp, and it's interesting seeing how far our work has gone. She's very good with curriculum development, critiquing ideas. If you're really looking for very harsh feedback and someone say, "Oh, I'm not sure this will work," she's definitely the one person to go to. Now, that is not to discourage you to go to her. Don't feel discouraged by that comment. And this is something that you should get used to very early in this program. You need those candid opinion. And she's also very good at asking tough questions that will actually help you to think. And if there is any project or any venture that will be successful, those are projects that have done serious customer discovery. And how to do customer discovery is to leverage the crowd that you have here. Talk to your colleagues. Will you buy this product? If I come to meet you and sell this program to you, will you buy it? And you can also ask your coaches the same. Lynn is your finance person. when you're building your financial framework and you're trying to find how to be profitable, you're building your financial model, or you want to think about finance or communications or how to make your pitch deck be appealing and clear to people that you're pitching to, then Lynn is your person. She's also good with tech stuff if you're thinking about tech innovation and all of those things. Um, 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 so the so all of these people have masters from one place or the other across the world, but I'm not particularly going to be talking about those qualifications. I think you can check all of them out online. Kayode is currently a MasterCard Foundation scholar at the University of Edinburgh, and Kay is popular for storytelling, and you really need storytelling for your pitch and for selling to people when you're done. Kay currently works and serves on the board of Peace First, which is a funding organization. So, and I know last year he connected at least 5 of the fellows to Peace First, and they got funding from Peace First. So it might be your guy to start building some sort of relationships with as well, and think about um, helping you to how it can help you to look at your idea from a funder's perspective from the very beginning. And me, I'm here. Well, I can always bore you if you have a conversation. So you can, if you are willing to sleep, come and talk to me. I'm just joking, but my core strength is strategy. I I would be doing that for every one of you generally, but if you have any concern and any core question about strategy, or you're even confused about what you're doing to start with, and you don't know what needs you're meeting, you don't even know what to do, and you're tired, I'm your guy. So I'm chief reconstructionist, and I can always help you to find the silver lining out of everything. And um, talk to me about strategy. But like I said, that's my work in this program. And one of our very first sessions would be about strategy, rethinking your vision and mission, rethinking the needs that you're meeting, and creating your own niche and positioning yourself for at a very competitive space. So those are our coaches. We'll be adding all of these people to your WhatsApp group, and we'll also send you a list that would contain all the contact details of every one of us, including all the staff and Gold and everybody that will be supporting the project. Now, this is where our work begins, assessing impact toolbox. So you have all been given a code, which is like a discount code on Impact Toolbox that will allow you to access the platform for free. So basically, when you go onto the platform, I'm going to try to show you so that this recording also might be useful later on. So I'm changing my screen, and I'm just going to quickly spy on my browser just to be sure that I don't have anything confidential or embarrassing going on there. And then I would share. Okay. Okay, this is it. All right. So this is Impact Toolbox landing page. When you go to www.impacttoolbox.org, this is where you get to. Then you click enroll. When you click enroll, you come down here to choose 1 year access. So we're giving you a 1 year access to all of this course. Then you say get it now. And when you get it now, it will bring this to you a membership level. So you come here and click enter a discount code. Then you put your I think we said YID fellows. Uh, um, okay, YID fellows 2021. Last year, fellows are to use YID fellows 2020. Then when you do that, you say apply code, then it automatically says your price for membership is $0. So you can now go ahead and um and and um and fill the form. Now, if you don't want to get kicked out, be sure that your username is your username is exactly the name that you used when you applied for YID. So it should be Chine Honora or um, a name that we know, or else our guys will kick you out on the other end. And the discount code has limited use as well. So if you're using the discount code more than one times, you're shutting another person's ration and creating problem for us because we have to now create new codes for all the people. So it's important that you do this very correctly. So you create the accounts, and I think, and it's also important that you subscribe to this mailing list because this is how will be able to send you reminders and all the likes. So the other steps are very easy. Just follow the prompts till you get into the platform. Um, so when you log in eventually, you'll be able to access all the courses. Now, you'll be starting from one thing you can do if you want to start ahead of the class is to come to this application for seed funding and start with emerging entrepreneurs. We'll be sending you a curriculum, but we want to do a class on strategy first before you come up on Impact Toolbox because strategic planning is not yet on Impact Toolbox, but that's what we actually want you to start with. So, and also the one on leading and managing a social venture is not on Impact Toolbox. So we'll be taking those two classes live. So we want you to do those before you come to this school. But if you want to go ahead of the class, then you can come to under seed funding, like I said, click emerging, then start with essentials of social entrepreneurship. Then you can if you've logged in, then you can begin to learn basically. If you've not logged in, it will bounce you out. Yeah, it will do something like this. But if you've logged in, then it will allow you to continue to learn. Any question about this so far? If you have a question, you can ask now before I continue. For those of you that already have an account on Impact Toolbox, I understand. All you have to do is to send a mail to hello@impacttoolbox.com and then ask them to upgrade you. Or just tell them, oh, I'm a new fellow and I'm requesting for access to, I have an account on Impact Toolbox already and I'm requesting for an account, for a fellow's account, something like that. So they will be able to bump you up to where you need to be. Any question? If there is no question, so when you log in, this is what you get. So I've clicked a course on essentials of social enterprises. So you'll see this, then you can begin to learn. So you watch the videos, and we always encourage people to leave comments on what they've learned and what they got out of this particular video. So you can feel free to do that. And you go to the next video. Then we use this video for the bootcamp. So some of you might be familiar with that already. So you can just skip and go to assignments. So for every assignment, there are questions that you have to answer. Okay, so I've done this before and I got Whoever gave me 10 over 30 is wicked. Anyways, so I've done this before, and so I'm going to, you can retake each assignment 3 times. So if you've submitted before and you're like, I'll come back. Now, these assignments are not hard. Each of the assignments have been designed to help you develop a particular aspect of your venture. So we're not just giving you random quiz. It is very purposeful. So if you're learning about social entrepreneurship, for instance, the goal is that you'll be able to carve out your value proposition. Like the goal of this assignment is that we want you to be able to carve out your value proposition. We want you to be able to give an elevator pitch of your idea. And we want you to be able to decide um, decide how your organization will make income. And we want you to create a competitor mapping. So we want you to have, these are things that you need for your pitch. These are things that you need for your organization to be successful. These are things that you need to raise real money, not chocolate money, real money from real investors. So we want you, so every step that you take on the platform has been designed to deliberately help you create something that you will have as your organization's plan for life. So I'm just going to retake this one and see. So, well, they are not allowing me to retake. Anyways, you can retake. I don't know why it's not allowing me to retake, but I'll probably go and use another one. Okay, I've answered this one already, so it's not allowing. Okay, attempts no. Anyways, you can always retake. I want to show you what the assignment platform where the assignment platform look like. So I'm just going to go to another course and try to submit assignment there. Which one? Let's try this one. I've mostly tried to, my account is like a test account. So let's try this one. I've usually done all sort of nonsense with it before. So you can start. Okay. So you can, this is where your answer, this is where you put your answer. So you can upload a file here, or you can type in your answers. Some questions will require you to upload a file and type in your answers. Whenever you're uploading a file, always remember to um, describe that the folder you've attached in this box, and then you send. Once you send, then it will go to them gold, and it will be evaluated, and you'll be given feedbacks, and you'll be graded. So that's basically how the platform works. It's easy. So as you can see here also, each assignment is contributing to your pitch deck. Each assignment is contributing to the development of your organization or venture. So that's how the platform has been designed. So I think that's all about the platform basically. If you have any other question, you can always ask. Any question on assessing impact toolbox? Is that very clear? Okay. So
I have a question.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, please, you can go ahead.
Okay, my question is on the assignments. You say we can retake.
Yeah.
Maybe possibly after submitting the first one and we get to score, let's just say like 10 over 30. If we retake the first score, will it automatically be deleted for the second attempt?
Yes, it will be deleted. So it will replace it. Your second attempt will be what you will show. And
Okay,
also, we have
thank you.
something called a leaderboard. The platform ranks people based on how much you use the platform and how much you're learning. So that score will be published every week also. So you will see who spent, who learned the most that week. on the ladder board. So we'll always do a screenshot of that and put it on your WhatsApp group just to encourage you and say, these are the people that are talking the learning chats and how. But the assignments will always be, you can always resubmit the assignments. And usually the assignments are easy to pass. I think that 10 over 30, the person was just doing me strong thing. I don't know why. And the and it's basically because it's probably a test. I think we're trying to test something when that happened. The assignments are easy to pass. So you will get candid feedback from the evaluators, and but you'll most likely pass. So even if you've passed and they are suggesting that you adjust or change some things on your assignments, please still go ahead and do it. You don't have to necessarily submit that, but for your own personal use, try and work on those suggestions. Is that very clear?
Yeah.
Doctor.
Yes.
Yes, sir. I also have a question.
Okay.
I'm hearing two people at once.
Sir?
You said?
Okay, I'm Andrew Arnitwe from Uganda.
Okay, yeah. Hi, Andrew.
Yes, I have seen the more assignments to work on. Is there a deadline for those assignments, or else I can keep doing maybe assignment 1, I submit until the end of this fellowship program? That is my question.
That is a very good question. Thank you. So last year we had strict deadlines, weekly deadlines for fellows, but we understand the fact that different people learn at different pace, and we don't want you to do something that would be wishy-washy. So we want you to learn. Honestly, we are experimenting it, and we've had to readjust the entire website to be able to accommodate that. We are trying to let you learn at your own pace and submit assignments at your own pace. However, remember you have 3 months, and remember that everything you're learning would contribute to your pitch. So the faster you learn, the better. But it's self-paced. So you can go and do the last assignment and come back to the first assignment. You can do it however you wish, but we want you to bear in mind that the final pitch is in 3 months, and the more you have to learn as much as you can on the platform. So that's basic. And the assignments are not, don't think about the scores. We are not using those scores for anything. But the scores are just indicators of how you're doing and how the reader has perceived what you've written. And usually we let experts and normal people, let me put it that way, read through these things because it has to be clear as well. So you have to be communicating as clearly as possible. Anyone that's taken our grant writing course before will understand this method of grading. And we use it for our grant writing course because you have to get like 80% before you can get a badge and all of those things. And before you can get a certificate, you should have had, I think, more than 70%. But in this case, we are not using the grades. But if you're getting 10 over 30, then you should know that you should redo the assignment, that what you're doing, you should can rethink it. That's like an indication, and the feedback that will come with it also, should help you to work on things. So that's basically to answer your question. Samuel.
All right, thank you so much, Doctor. So when I saw 10 over 30, I was like, if Doctor could be 10 over
You saw what I
30.
wrote there. I only wrote A in that assignment. I think it's a test thing.
So until you talked that it was a test, more like a test. But the chat box is so funny. You need to go there to see for yourself.
Honestly, I've not been checking.
All right, so all right, so I think you answered. I think you answered some of the questions I wanted to ask. If every week we would be asked to focus on each course,
Yes.
but you have answered that we can start anywhere, and you advise we start first with the seed funding, and then we can
Yeah, so if you want to go ahead
come.
of the class, you can start from go to under seed funding, click emerging entrepreneurs, then start with the courses that are available. But starting from the next live class, we'll start you on strategic planning and leading and managing the social ventures. Then you after those two topics, then you can go to Impact to Works and go and learn. Also, when our office opens on Monday, we'll send you a curriculum of how the courses will proceed. So you can start ticking them off and you can know the arrangement of how you should learn on the platform.
Okay, fantastic. I wanted to draw your attention also to Patrick's IAM questions.
Oh, I
If there
didn't
are
see.
certificate,
Yeah, I'll get to
certificates.
certificates shortly. I'll get to
Okay, all right,
certificates
fine.
shortly.
All right. So certificate for each of the courses, and if they are verifiable. All right, thank you.
So all our certificates are verifiable. That's one. So you can always put them on LinkedIn and they come with the QR code also. So when people scan to verify, when people scan the QR code, it takes them to it helps them to verify. And I would have to check with Gold if we'll be issuing badges to you guys. She's my boss when it comes to that. So and so I don't know. I might have to. Gold, are we issuing badges or should we issue badges? We really haven't had that conversations, but we usually issue badges. What badges um are what you can use on LinkedIn that, oh, I've taken this course, and then you can have it somewhere under your certifications on LinkedIn. But I might have that conversation with Gold maybe when on Monday and see if we'll be offering badges, but definitely certificates are verifiable. Um, um, I'll get to talk more about certificates shortly. Yes, so for those, it's actually compulsory that you complete the curriculum, and that's one thing that we'll talk about. I will tell you why, but it's important to complete the curriculum. Also, for those taking grant writing course separately, do we merge it with this? If you've been taking the grant writing course separately, that's lucky for you. Then you just merge it with this. For communications and storytelling, we would like you to rate your experience on Impact Toolbox as you learn. And if you have any challenges, you can always reach out to colleagues on WhatsApp or to us at any time through hello@impacttoolbox.org. Now, we want to amplify your stories. Like I said earlier, we are constantly talking to different partners and investors. That's like my daily day job. And arming us with your stories or giving us your stories to tell would better position you for opportunities. And you can, when you do a program or a part of your venture is becoming successful, you can always send it to hello@impacttoolbox.org, or you can reach out to Tolu. You'll be meeting Tolu rightly after my presentation, and she will talk more about herself and well, you can always reach out to Tolu with such stories, and she knows how to best help you use your story, working with our communications team. Um, Tag us with your stuff at Impact Toolbox and at Tuesday Networks. And the official hashtag for this program would be YID Fellows 2021. If you have complaints or any support, you can always reach out on the WhatsApp group or you send us an email. Now, this is the certificate. you will get a certificate for each of the course that you take. So if you take a course on impact assessment for social ventures, this is what you will be getting. So you will get your name here, and I think the QR code usually goes here, and the dates and somewhere goes somewhere around on this automatically. So you don't even have to wait for us to issue certificates. Impact Box generates certificates for you automatically as soon as you complete a course. So as soon as you are done and click finish, your certificates will be available for download. So each certificate has the name of the facilitators and the institution that they represent on it. So I hope this answers your question. So at the end of the day, by flowing and going through the curriculum, you will be you will have earned maybe like 8, 9 certificates on different aspects of building a social enterprise. Um, Someone is asking how many days in a month will we have virtual training? In a month, virtual training is compulsory. Virtual training, virtual training is once, and that's the live session that we have. No, there are 2 compulsory virtual training, one for the pitch and one for a live session, and those are usually 2 weeks apart. And we encourage you to participate in our mentorship program, and that is also once in a week. So you're engaging with us a total of 3 times a week. And if you have any reason to see a coach, you can always do that one-on-one time with them over Zoom or WhatsApp or any other, or maybe phone call. So that depends on you, and your coach or the coach that you've chosen to speak with can be flexible about how you decide to meet. But you're meeting with us maximum of 3 times a week, a month rather. So I so we'll be announcing you guys we should have done that, but our comms team made a decision uh, to do more with the announcements instead of just announcing you guys. So we want to do a sort of a feature on each person, and this will include your profile and a picture celebrating your work. So we would like you to send us 5 clear high definition pictures of you and your work, preferably in the community where you work, or you working, or maybe if you have products, pictures of some of your products. And we would like you to send us your organization's website and social media handles, so that when we post this, we can also include your website, and you can ask people to check your handle. Also, we'll be putting this in a sort of a brochure, and that will be sent to our partners. App State is already requesting for it, and Boots Business School is also requesting for it. So we'll be sending your website, your handles, and this picture and a profile of yourself to them as well. We never can tell who will pick it up and be interested in working with you. So we hope that you will send this in by 18th of June, and hopefully by 20th or 21st of June, our team will have put everything together and we'll begin to share. Do you have any question about this?
Yeah, can I
Okay,
go ahead?
please.
Okay, for the fellows announcements, for people that they are still working on the website and they have not concluded. So can they send just social media handle?
Yes, social media and our pictures will do.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I just got a text also. I think the team might also be putting it in 1 or 2 newspapers in Nigeria. So we never can tell how far this will go. So I think that is all that I have on my hand. Thank you for enduring me. I know I can be boring, but thank you so much. Thank you for surviving this. Um, Up next, I'll call on Tolu, and Tolu will walk you through our special new part of this program. And after Tolu would do general, would go over your 1 minute speech, and then we'll close. Tolu.
Nice. Thank you, sir. That was lovely. Hi, everyone. My name is Tolu Anmiokola, and I'm Nigerian. I live in Canada at the moment. I am a social work graduate, and presently I work with kids and youth. So I can be very, very playful, but I can be serious too. At the moment, I'm working with collaborating with Appalachian State University in the US to develop this amazing peer collaboration program between you and the students, and it's going well. We're at the early stages, and so I'm excited. We're all excited about what this could mean, and I'm going to present what we have so far to you. But before that, can I please have the power to share my screen? Thank you so much. And if it's okay, would you like to play a little game? Very quickly. It won't be anything gang like that. It's just small. And it's not a competition, although I might be asking who won or something. But I'm going to post something in the chat very soon. And it's 15, a list of 15 randomly arranged letters. And your job is to rearrange these letters and correct the spelling, okay? You cannot hear. Oh my, have I been talking the entire time while muted? Oh my goodness. No, please, oh, don't put it in the chat. You can write it down, write everything down, and then I'm going to ask how many you've gotten. You have 3 minutes, by the way. So when it is in 3 minutes, I will stop you and ask for your numbers, okay? Thank you very much for playing. Have fun. 3 item. Now everybody knows that it's item. Everybody knows it's time. Please, don't share it yet. Okay, nice. I say write it in on a sheet of paper on your phone, and then I will ask you the number. Don't put it in, don't publish it. Wait, develop the thing first. Okay, thank you for working with me. Okay, okay, I can share my screen now. That's good. Thank you very much. Okay, 2 more minutes. How are we doing? Let's go. Woo, woo. Let me think of a cheerleader thingy for you. YID, what? YID, what? YID, who are we? YID, woo. That's my little cheerleader thingy. I hope you enjoyed it. 1 more minute. How you doing? You guys look very serious. At least the ones that I can see. Everybody whose video is not on. I'm assuming you're also very, just concentrating on doing the work. 30 seconds. We got this. 30 seconds. Let's go. I'm going to jump to 10 seconds now because sometimes you think you have time, but you don't really have time. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pencils up, everybody. Pencils up. Please stop writing. Okay, nice. Thank you for participating. How many people got 10? That's where I'm starting. You guys got more than 10. Who got 12? Let me just go down. Who got 7? At least 7. Yeah, I see Precious. Nice. 5. Wait. What was that? Okay, okay. I see Chineye. Nice, nice. Okay. Well, it's not a matter of who got the most or who got the least. It's just me trying to have fun and hoping you have fun in the process. I will share my screen now, and I hope you enjoy the presentation. Okay, right. This is the YID Fellows App State. App State is short for Appalachian State University in the US. This name is very long. We're trying to come up with something shorter. So when we have something shorter, we'll let you know. But for now, YID Fellows App State Student Entrepreneurs Peer Collaboration Program. Bam, that's it. And here's an overview of the program. It's an intercontinental program that facilitates peer collaboration and cultural exchange to bring about social change one step at a time. Nobody has to memorize this or have it in their mind. It's just something to encapsulate the essence of this program. And it's peer collaboration. So I think of it as friends helping friends. You're getting to know people from across the ocean, in this case in the US, and then you're getting to know each other, building relationships, and then learning from one another. And cultural exchange, because you're from 2 different continents and you're learning and exchanging ideas between these continents, in this case North America and Africa, and you're bringing about social change one step at a time. An aspect of this program is a project completion. This entire program is time bound, and so you might not be able to do something massive together during the duration of the program. However, you're going to take on something relatively small, and so we don't want you to discard or think of whatever you do as too little, because it counts as something. And the objective is to connect young people in Africa and North America, like I said, who share similar aspirations for social impact, in a way that their unique expertise and experiences only serve as a foundation to build strong relationships that go on to achieve these desires together. The goal is to build relationships, because we believe that when there are strong, solid relationships built at first, then you can go on to build partnerships and then to do things together. When the trust is there, then you guys can collaborate more effectively and take on the world together. So, why App State? Why Appalachian State University? Why? Because we did our research, and then we found that some of the values that they have as a school align with ours, and we think it's going to be a very good partnership, a good fit. So Upstate is located in Boone, North Carolina. I personally think that is funny. Who calls a place Boone anyway? Boone, Boone, North Carolina. And one of their huge selling points is international education. So that is appealing to me personally. And some of the values that we found in researching about this school is they really prioritize global learning and entrepreneurship. And so this was seen in their international education curriculum. They have a huge base for international research and global education, global Appalachian education. And then they have a center for entrepreneurship. It's called the Transportation Insight Center for Entrepreneurship. I think it's just impressive that your school has a center for entrepreneurship, because it's not very common. And then they have an association of student entrepreneurs, and then there are different discussions and mentorship programs that they provide also on entrepreneurship. So they are quite big on global learning and entrepreneurship. And when you think about, first of all, YID is located in Africa, and so that's global already, because there's that interaction. And then entrepreneurship, we're trying to build social entrepreneurs here, so we definitely qualify and we merge at that point. The program is designed to last 18 weeks, well, to run over the course of 18 weeks. And we've tried to work with the school curriculum. So the fall semester runs between September and December, and the winter semester runs between January and April. So the way it's going to go is 9 weeks in the fall and 9 weeks in the winter. So as I go on towards the end, I'm going to show you an overview of it, of the program. YID fellows and App State University students are going to be the participants. YID fellows, you know yourselves. App State University students, you will meet over time, but we have tried to, we had a meeting earlier this week with people, our partners from the school, and the students will be getting, or will be trying to appeal to our students who are, one, interested in some kind of social change, and who are also interculturally minded, that are open to learning globally and open to cultural exchange. And then students who already have ideas that they're trying to develop, are motivated and can match your level, because you guys are professionals. You guys know what you're doing. You're taking steps, and you'll be working with students, which we don't. It's not going to be one party teaching the other, or one party learning from the other. No one is superior in this relationship that we're trying to build. You both parties are bringing valuable experiences and expertise, and we're both exchanging. And so getting that, we're not trying to look up to anyone or look down to anyone. We're equals, and we're learning from each other. Nice. Yeah. So the components, first of all, relationship building. We're going to, when the program starts, we're going to have different virtual meetings, of course, and we try to facilitate as much as possible relationship building and to encourage that, so that when we step out, by we, I mean the facilitators, you guys can continue to interact and to relate with one another, get to know one another, and then build another relationship. And there's also international exposure and intercultural exchange. Of course, you're in Africa, they're in North America, you have different experiences, but you're coming together, exchanging those. I think the problems that people face generally are similar, but then they just present themselves in different ways. And so it's going to be quite interesting when two different people from different places come together to tackle an issue, and they come with different perspectives, because of course your environment shapes your perspective and all of that. So valuable. Project and teamwork, like I said, there's a project component, and I will get to that later. But then teamwork, because you cannot do everything by yourself. You need people, and that's where relationship building and learning from each other comes. And of course, fun, because why not? I know we're all adults and we're all serious, but why not play? Because, it's good once in a while. And this is what the recruitment would look like. For YID fellows, of course, we know you through your engagements on Impact Toolbox, and through the emails and the social media platforms. Where did the P go? I am so sorry. I'm just realizing that social media platforms is what I meant to put in there. But through our WhatsApp communication and everything, and because we have your profiles, we know more about you, you are all qualified to participate in this program. For App State University, we're working with our partners from the school right now to put out the word and to recruit students. And so, like I said, students who are interested in social change and who are taking perhaps different courses in that area or engaged in different programs on campus, we're reaching out to those students specifically and recruiting them to be a part of this program. And the matching would look like, so it's per collaboration, so kind of mentorship style, but not a mentorship, in the sense that we're going to be putting you into groups or teams, and we don't know, depending on how many people we get at the end of the recruitment process. It could be teams of 2 to maybe 4 people, comprising of people from from Africa and people from North America. And we're going to match you based on shared interest, based on things that you're already working on, based on what social changes you're passionate about, and all of that. And so we'll try our best as much as possible to do that right. And there's always, we're flexible, so if it doesn't work out the first time, we can try other matches to see how that works. Our projects are, so projects are the things that you're going to work on together, and it's kind of how we're going to measure, or it's going to be one of our evaluation tools at the end of the program to see how this program went and if you got something out of it. So as much as relationship building is an important aspect of this, project completion also is. And there's some criteria. For example, it has to address at least one of the 17 SDGs. Your project has to directly impacts a certain community or a population of people. It can be carried out either virtually or physically in an immediate community, or it could take on the format of creating awareness. It could be some community development program. It could be meeting a need, providing a service, or providing some kind of solution. So that's something that you and your group mates will have to discuss and come up with during the course of the program. This is a summary of what the outline is. It's more detailed, but this is a summary, like I said. So the outline is in October. We're going to start with the introduction. So we're introducing YIDs to upstate students and signing of agreements. You can have a peer collaboration agreement that you and your teammates will fill and sign together. And the purpose of this is just to, from the very start, set some boundaries, set expectations, and then so that you and your teammates are on the same page. It's nothing again like that. Like it's not serious, but it also is because you are bound to what you signed. And so taking it seriously from the start is important. And November/December, more group meetings, team meetings. We're going to do more relationship building facilitation. And then in December, some kind of year end, woohoo, we made it celebration. And in January, this is kind of where the work starts. By work, I mean project work. This is when you will have decided on what projects you want to do or start to talk about it, decide on it, plan it out, come up with an outline. I will meet with each team to see where you're at, what you're trying to develop, and what you're trying to do, and all of that. And then February, March, keep planning your project, working on it, carrying it out. And then we're going to have an event at the end to unveil what each group has worked on, and again to celebrate the completion of the program and the success of your project. So it's going to be a lot of getting to know people, getting to know a culture different from yours, and learning how to work together with people who are different from you, and then successfully working on something together. So a whole process, but enjoyable too if you let it be. Next steps, like I said, we had a meeting earlier this week with our partners from App State University, and right now they are working on recruitment, so getting the word out to students. They've been online in the past year at school because of COVID and everything, but they're planning to open up the school to physical learning in the fall. And so they're trying to figure out some things and get the word out to certain students and people who might be interested. And on our part, we're also continuing the process of working on the application forms and developing the program more. And so that's where we're at. And like I said, we're excited for what this could be. And we want you also to be excited because it could be amazing. That's it. Thank you so much for listening. Does anybody have any questions, please? Okay, I see one. Will there be a time where all fellows will meet together physically, maybe for conference, workshop? I do not know.
Yeah. Okay.
I
So
cannot
I
answer
can
that
jump in there.
question.
I can jump in there. Yes, there would be. Um, Hopefully, maybe sometime next year. Um, it's something that we've proposed to some of our funders, and I want to believe that we'll be able to do it sometime next year. I don't want to promise, but it's something we are planning towards. And if you know, one thing we try not to do as those networks, but I always break the rule, is not to promise, under promise and over deliver. But um, so they will kill me if I go and promise. So let's just keep it that way and say, um, we'll definitely, it's something that is in the works, and would would definitely be able to do that. Um, do that.
Nice.
But so three things about the App State program that I want to also stress is, number one is this is an opportunity to develop a global project, and many of those things are carved out of experiences from what does it take to for you to have a compelling CV when you're applying for grants and even international fellowships. They want to look for what you've done before and how you've one of the typical questions that MWF and many popular fellowship used to ask is, tell us about how you've experienced in a different culture, or your experience in a different culture, or where have you lived before, how have you interacted with people from other places, and all of those things. So strategically, we are trying to position you, we're trying to give you the relevant experiences that you need for all of those opportunities. So this is like in our only two-way, giving you a global cultural exchange opportunity and a global, also helping to see a global perspective of things. And most importantly, ensuring that you create a global project, something that you would say, I created and led a, a, a project on this social topic that held with a partner from the US, or that held in the US and held in Nigeria, or that went global. So we are very intentional about that. The second thing I want to say also is that um, there are no, we are trying not to set a lot of rules concerning this engagement. So we are holding you to what is there's something Eric called it the other day. Eric is the head of Entrepreneurship Center at App State. He said honor code, and what honor code means is that they are holding their students, and of course you also, to honor code um, to one of the risks when we're designing this project is, what if people exploit each other? or but we are holding everybody to that honor code. We did the best of research and background check that we can do on every one of you, and we know you're people we can trust, and we want to ensure that that honor code is maintained for all of our sake. And the third part is that focus on building friends first, focus on building partners. Um, Eric asked us a question earlier this week, that what would a successful collaboration look like? And it was like, I would like us to do a party, but what are we going to be celebrating at in that party after all of this collaboration has happened? And my answer is that I would see people getting to know each other. I will see you being a co-founder to an organization in North Carolina. I would see someone from North Carolina being a co-founder or a partner or holding a position or the other in your organization. I would see that level of friendship. I would see that level of basically that level of friendship. One of my superpower in the development sector today is the fact that I have friends and I have and it's not boasting. I am super connected and that comes from small opportunities like this. Every opportunities I've had to engage anyone globally, I've I've used it very well by building friends, and I've now come to a stage where I have friends all over the place that can do all sorts of things for me. I'll talk to you guys more about this as we continue to interact, but it's very important that you focus on building relationships and friends first.
Mhm.
And yeah, those are three things I want to talk about. Let me hand over back to Tolu. And to answer some of the question, everything you're getting throughout is free. But yeah, anyways, um, everything is free. You're not paying for anything. But if our funders decide to say we don't want, they won't fund our physical meeting, maybe that one will make you pay for. Just checking. But but everything you've heard today so far, you're not paying £1 for your $1 or I don't know all the other currencies. You're not paying anything for it.
Right. Thank you, sir. Yeah, so any other question? Anything that wasn't clear? All good? Nice. I'm also on the WhatsApp chat, and so please feel free to send me questions if they come up. Thank you very much. And that's it from me.
So, okay, friends, we have 30 minutes to go, or 29 thereabout. And at this point, we'll start with your elevator, with your introductory pitches. Now, for everyone, I know when you are in line to speak, all that you'll be thinking about is what to say. And then because of that, you won't listen to whatever any other person is saying. So try not to fall victim of that. This is not graded and this is not super serious. Uh, this is an opportunity to also learn about what other people are doing and to give constructive feedbacks. So this is how it will work. Each person would introduce their project or themselves and themselves, sorry about that, in 1 minute. And the rest of us would take to the chat box to ask questions or put comments. So I would read some of those questions to the person. So basically, we have 2 minutes per person, 1 minute to pitch and 1 minute to answer questions. So I'm going to start with the very first person I can see on my side. Then we move forward from there. So I'll start from Samuel Jackson. We can hear you.
Okay, so I'm wondering how Samuel Jackson got to you. All right, so my name, all right, so my name is Samuel Jackson, and through African New Integrated Services, we identify skills development gaps that affect education and economic development. Nigeria has one of the largest young working populations in the world, but majority of them lack adequate job relevant digital skills to take advantage of these opportunities. So youth digital upskilling seeks to empower young people on an internationally recognized digital skills certification that will make them relevant for jobs and the future of work. I think.
Yeah, that's about 1 minute. Thank you, Samuel. Questions, guys. Questions, guys. My first question would be, how do you make money? And how do you sustain the work that you do? Sorry.
Okay,
Just a
so
question.
so the programs are run by personal funding and fundings from those who believe in the project.
Okay. Okay. Patrick, you can go ahead and ask a question.
Okay, thank you very much. Samuel, you said something about upskilling for young Nigerians. I'm interested to know the age bracket. Is it for children or within the ages of 13 to 18, 24 to 34? Just what's the age bracket?
Okay, so our focus are on in Nigeria we have senior secondary school SS1 to 3. That's from um, 13 to 15, and then year 1 the university, year 1 year 2 university, and the polytechnic. So that's about 14 till about 18.
Okay, okay. Okay, and it's the program strategy is it in form of like a boot camp or something? How do you do it?
Okay, so it's more like a 3 months training that would provide them with the requisite skills that they need. We try to see their tech level, run a meritocratic selection to see the young people that will be involved, and then we take them through courses that are in demand.
Okay, okay,
Okay.
okay.
Okay,
Can we know
thank
the
you.
your team capacity? Sorry.
Okay,
The last
go ahead,
question. Your
Patrick.
team
Last
capacity.
question. We've almost spent more than 2 minutes on him. Last question, Patrick.
Okay. Yes, the capacity of your team in achieving this project.
Nice
Okay,
question.
so we have a team of 5, and then we have volunteers, about 5 volunteers too.
Okay.
Okay,
So,
okay.
So Samuel, one of the things that you definitely should start looking out for as you continue to go through this process is generating internal revenue and creating a sustainable stream of income or revenue for your program. There has to be a product, there has to be a very super sustainable way. There has to be something you can convert from free to fee. And we've got a couple of alums that are working in the same space that you can definitely connect with and learn what they were able to do from last year. It will surprise you that people that we had almost a pastor, Mrs., who thought it was sin to make money from it. Now she's making money from it, and it's interesting. She's making a whole lot of money from it for someone with that mentality. That's my last. I started abusing her. That now you're making so much money, so it's you can start thinking about it that way. So the next person, Precious.
Thank you.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I'm Precious Security, and I'm from Nigeria, and I am the founder of Account Hub Global Institute, AGI. We at AGI are working towards solving one of the world's most pressing problems, which is on financial inclusion and the lack of skills and expertise to function with amongst SMEs. So, according to the World Bank, SMEs contribute over 70% to national growth and development. But then research shows that these SMEs are faced with the problem of financial inclusion. So at AGI, we are working towards creating a sustainable solution to solve this problem. Currently, what we do is that we organize training for small and medium-sized owners in Nigeria and even across Nigeria. And then we are looking forward to creating a mobile software and as well a website to solve this problem.
Okay, questions for Precious, guys. Thank you, Precious. I have the same question for everybody. So just try and include it in your pitch. How do you make money? And how, if there's anything you will take away from this meeting, is to be bothered and be concerned about how you make money. And also, what stage of growth are you? Are you operating as a nonprofit or as a profit agency?
Okay, so far we are operating as a non-profit, but then we are working on developing a mobile software and as well a website. With this application and the website, we'll be able to get revenues and returns while we continue. But currently, it's based on personal funding.
Okay, thank you. Patrick. Patrick, you're
Okay, yeah.
next, and you can ask your question, then you will be next.
Okay, so I want to know, have you achieved any partnerships so far? And if you have, I would
Okay,
like to know the name of the organization that piqued interest in your project.
Okay, towards the end of last year, we got some collaboration opportunities from different organizations in Europe and Kenya, but it's quite a confidential one, for now because it hasn't been really official.
Okay, okay.
Okay, thank you. So your next, Patrick.
Oh, okay. My name is Patrick Anyam, and I'm from Nigeria. My organization is Dyslexia Orientation Project, and what we are doing, we are developing literacy programs for children across public school, particularly. And our target is children within the ages of 6 to 11. We are currently working in partnership with Universal Basic Education, having realized that they form one of the major stakeholders that are influencing, the system. Currently, we also have about 13 team members. We have 5 literacy programs already running, but our challenge has been we want to digitalize these programs, especially the diagnosis tool. We want to digitalize them because we realize that in public schools, these children with literacy deficiency, they are much. It takes over 3 weeks to run assessment on just 15 children. So by digitalizing it, we'll be able to save costs, save time, and cover a lot of children. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Patrick. That sounds interesting. Comments and questions for Patrick. Yeah, Tolu, go ahead. We can't hear you.
You cannot hear me?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. Oh, what is happening? I'm sorry. Okay. How do you identify these children? Do you go to schools to run tests, and then you can note that, oh, some have dyslexia, and then how do you identify? How do you find them? How do you target them in the first place?
Okay. Actually, yes, our projects are school-based. We establish partnership with the school, gain agreement documented, and then we run a screening first. The screening is to identify those children who actually have dyslexia and those who are actually suffering from foundational literacy problem. They are 2 different things. Then having identified those who have dyslexia, we now go in with the comprehensive diagnosis. That is where we identify the strength and the weaknesses of these children. They will now bring the adequate program that exactly matches the weaknesses of these children in order to improve them. That's the strategy.
Can you give us some numbers? Like how many children have you reached, and what have you done for those children?
Yeah, currently we have 231 children in Model Primary School. It's a government school, and that is our first public school project, which the Universal Basic Education has already sent over 5 team members to monitor and evaluate the impact of the project. So the challenge, we are still assessing the 6th child, and it's time consuming because we are trying to ensure that we achieve 0 error in the diagnosis.
So how do you, sorry, I'm taking a lot of time on you. How do you think you can increase that process of diagnosis?
Exactly. It is to digitalize it. Is to digitalize because currently we are doing it manual. We use the batteries. I will call it the diagnosis sheet we use. We actually got them from university lecturers, researchers in dyslexia. So they gave us these batteries and they are in manual form. So you keep ticking and assessing just the way you score exam and records. So, but by using computer based, it's just a child comes once you tick, you get the immediate diagnosis result. There is no need for psychometric professional to start running the diagnosis skill and all of that. You just get the immediate result, and that child can even get the exact program already in the computer, and you start running it.
Okay, I think that would be something to talk about more in an office hour, but I have a couple of concerns and questions and maybe suggestions as well, but that would be an office hour thing.
Okay, thank you.
Next person would be Sam, would be Maxine, then Samson is next.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can.
Okay, thank you so much. I'm Maxon from Tanzania. I'm the co-founder of Mango the Company Limited, which is typical agribusiness. So we do provide professional veterinary services to smallholder farmers, including supply of livestock inputs, mass vaccination, training, and seminars to livestock farmers so that they can change their life from adapting commercial livestock farming. So now they are more traditional. So we are trying to input them with knowledge and skills to do more commercial business. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
And I'm sorry for that. We make money from selling our inputs. As you can see, this is our inputs. It's our veterinary center. So we do provide that, and we are getting we are searching for funds from different organizations like Tony Elmore Foundation. We enter this year, so we are fighting for that, and hopefully we will get that. Thank you so much.
Yeah. This is awesome, and of course you actually didn't have to even say how you make money. We can actually think about it, so it was obvious. And my question, which you don't have to answer right now, is what you're doing right now makes you a normal everyday vet supplier or a veterinarian. What going into the future, what will make you different, and what innovations are you planning to bring in over time? But it's not a question that I want you to answer right now, but that's just my immediate concern from an investor's perspective. Think about innovation, think about something beyond the normal, something beyond what we've seen. So that would be one thing you should begin to think about. How can you become, how can you open a vet store or or even a vet itself that went to Harvard, that kind of thing. So that's the thinking that I would encourage you to start thinking about. And the reason why I'm saying that is that I remember when we started your dental place. So you guys know me a bit. So I'm a co-founder of a chain of dental clinics, and one of our goal is to actually open clinics that went to Harvard, unlike the normal clinics that you would see. Patrick, one question.
Well, thank you very much. Yeah, your area of interest, AgriLife, is a very lucrative one, especially in Africa. And I'm aware that there are a lot of organizations that are now going into AgriLife. I'm curious. I want to know how is your own organization different from this other person or these other organizations? How are you able to stand aloof from this other organization?
Yeah, that's very similar to my question. Maxine, is it something you can answer now because you have just like 20 seconds left?
Okay, yes. My organization is quite different from other because first of all, this is a company. This is a company. All of the people here, they have just like a shop, an aggregate. This is a company. It has a management team, and we do sell our product in a very minimal price to help the farmers. So we are here to help the farmers. We are not here typically for business. We are here to help the small farmers to turn their life, to improve their life. That is why we are vet professionals. Some of the shops, some of them, they put maybe the family member in the shop, but we are typical vet professional.
Yeah, Maxine, I think I've got a very good mentor for you in Tanzania and some interesting connections. So I think I'll definitely pick that up with you in one of the office hours. I have a couple of good friends in the agri sector. So it's a conversation we should have.
Thank
Who
you
is
so
next
much.
now?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. People are moving around. So let me see. Samson, you're next.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you very much, everyone. Good evening from here in
can be
Nigeria.
next.
I am Samson Toblova Samuel. I'm a dental student at University of Ibadan, and I equally run an organization, Heroes and Heroines Initiative. I started the initiative in my first year in the university based on my experience and challenges in the process of gaining admission to the university. As a person that attended a public secondary school in a remote community where we have little to no knowledge on admission processing, I had to try like 3-4 times before I was able to gain admission to the university. So I started the Heroes and Heroines Initiative, and we started going to public secondary schools to provide mentorship, sensitization on career selection and admission processing for adolescents, basically those attending public secondary schools. And in the last 3 years, we've been able to reach out to over 50,000 such students. And in University of Ibadan, a team of 200 volunteers recently opened chapters in 6 other universities. In order to ensure that we cater for them wholly, we are looking at creating a hub where they can learn digital skills since they are people from low-income community, a skill that they can monetize, and at the same time, access mentorship, career counseling, and the likes. And for us to make money, some of these services will actually be a premium service. Maybe for those, it could be a 50% thing, where 50% access will be based on premium service, another 50% based on other service. And we're also trying to create something that will be like a career dictionary, where in form of an app that they can put, okay, if I want to study history, then easily it will bring up this about the course, the university that are offering the course, the job opportunities that I have, and the likes.
So there is that's interesting. I will take questions. There is someone you might learn a lot from. There, you can Google an organization called Braven, BRAVEN in the US, and you can see if their model would be something that you'd be interested in. It's a multi-million-dollar nonprofit in the US, and I happen to share.
Kindly respell, please.
Okay, it's called Braven. And
okay, thank you very much.
I know its founder, and I'll definitely be able to do some introduction. I have some other questions, but I'll let other people go. And I'm already seeing some network being formed here already. I know the work that we do as those networks, Samuel's work, your work, and Esther's work seem to be very, very alike. And I think some collaborations can come out of those. Samuel, your question.
Okay, so well done on your presentation. I just wanted to ask the 50,000 so far reached, where they are now and how you're following up on their progress.
Thank you very much. I actually said 15,000, and what we are doing is a school-based program. We are working with 10 schools basically, and they are from GSS to SS3. And out of that 15,000, only about 5,000 of them have graduated. We selected a few of them because that's actually a very large number for mentorship. So we cannot follow up on everybody. We selected about 200 of them for mentorship. We do that both virtually and physically. And out of 50 of them that applied for admission to the university last year, we had 37 of them that secured, and that was actually their first attempt. And one major thing that we ensure that they do on the mentorship program is that they write a career plan so that they start working with the plan.
I would have to go to the next person because of our time. Andrew.
Yes, good evening, members. I'm Arnito Andrew from Uganda. Working with, I'm co-founder, Mother Support Foundation, where we provide antenatal care services to pregnant mothers aged from 13 years to 49 years. We are providing our services through first training the village health teams to help us identify the pregnant mothers from the villages. Then secondly, we also do partnerships with some health facilities to help us where we refer our clients to. Then another thing, we also do home visits to know those mothers who are pregnant, and we refer them to the health facilities. Then the way how we do, we are competing with other health facilities, but for us, we do go to the villages to identify our clients. Then the way how we make money, firstly, we get money from the district because it is supporting us. We are helping its mothers. Then another way of getting money, we give money to those mothers because we are helping mothers who are typically in bad situations. So we are giving them some money. After giving them some money, when they make some profits, they bring back half and they remain with half. That is the way how we make money for our sustainability. That is all.
Questions for Andrew? So, okay, Tolu, please go ahead.
You mentioned going to villages and doing home visits. Are your services directed specifically at women in the village?
Andrew, if it might help, you might turn off your video so that your voice will be clearer. Your network is really, really bad. And so that you can use the chat box to answer the questions. My question for you also is that do you supply these women with delivery kits? Is it something you've considered? And what are the things that you do for these women? And have you explored what do you do for these pregnant women? Basically, you can feel free to use the chat box because you're frozen. Okay, so I've been accused of not calling the women. So I'm going to call Chine, then I'll continue with the circle. So, Chine.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. Can you hear me? Okay, so good evening, everybody. My name is Chinenye Onora, and I'm the founder and project director, Regalo Hope Foundation. So basically, what we do at Regalo Hope Foundation is it's divided in two parts. We have the community-based project and then the school-based project. But I'll talk more of this on the school-based project. So under the school-based project, we have our scholarship scheme where so far we've enrolled about 375 children into our scholarship program. We've graduated about 115 children from this program. Okay, I'll just go back a bit. We offer a mostly primary school scholarship. So now if you do so well, we'll continue with the secondary part because we have a percentage you must meet to be able to qualify for the secondary school scholarship. Also, under the school-based project, we have a mentoring club established in 10 schools in Lagos State, and then the resource center project, which we launched last year. And it's a center that provides access to laptops equipped with data to aid academic research and learning, and all the approved textbooks in the Gondo community where we serve. So talking about how we generate revenue, we have corporate organizations that partner with us. Currently, we have some partnerships running, like from Beladisu Foundation, Petit Agrico Limited. We have World Remit on and off, and then some individuals, because for some of our children, we pair them with sponsors. So we have individual sponsors that sponsor some of these children in school. So I think I've covered everything. Am I missing something else?
Yeah, thank you. Questions and comments. Questions and comments for Chine, guys. Wow. Okay,
Okay, so while I'm waiting for it, how we get these children, because I'm suspecting someone will soon ask me that question. We get these children through the community-based projects, because most times, like we commemorate some of the international days, and then we host charity projects in communities where we offer free health testing, from glucose testing, BP checks, hepatitis, and all that. So during these projects, we look out for children from low-income homes that we offer our scholarships to. And then we also get some of them based on distress calls, messages, emails, and all that. But basically, we get most of them during our community visits, during these community outreaches.
So when you pay for them to go to school, how do you ensure they are getting quality education in the school you're sending them to? Because I'm trying to look for a competitive advantage here. How are you better than Flum to School?
Okay, so we monitor them from time to time. We just come into the school without notice to monitor the classroom and the atmosphere, to monitor the teachers' way of passing knowledge and all that. Most times we take them out of the schools when the schools are not doing well, because we monitor the children, we give them books to read, we give them our questions for them to solve. So if you're not, because we have educators who work with us at the center, if you're not performing up to expectation, we withdraw you from the school. If it's a case where the child is not performing well, we pair the child with a volunteer teacher who makes sure that this child is doing well in school. So, okay, sorry. I think I've answered your question.
Yeah, I think so by part, but that differentiating factor and also focusing on a particular core area for your organization might be very good, so that when people think about your organization, they like okay, Papa has left the call. There's something Papa is always say, okay, she's here, she's my name. I remember when she first joined the Zozo network, she used to tell us that people must know us as this is what we do. Like we might be doing some other thing as on that ground, but people must, that area of focus must be very clear, because from your pitch, it appears like you do some health things, then you do some mentorship things, then you do some scholarship things. So it's a bit,
people know us for the education project. The health testing comes in is a bonus. It comes in during community outreaches. For example, when we commemorated
I understand. I definitely understand. It's just the way you said it.
We are known for the school-based. The resource center is what sells us in Igondo and in Lagos here.
Okay, cool. So Sorry, I won't take questions. I would, Patrick, you can put the question in the chat, then Chineke can answer through chat. Next person would be the second Patrick Obunsel.
Yeah. So good evening, everyone. Hope you can hear me.
Yeah, we can.
All right. So my name is Patrick Obumsel, and I work with Lomiva, which is an edtech company which focuses on achieving quality education. Now, the World Economic Forum estimates that over 54% of current jobs are considered at high risk of automation over the next 10 to 15 years. And nearly 65% of students are being trained in occupations that will be affected. And in Nigeria, an average graduate spends approximately 21% of his or her lifetime in an academic environment. Yet, after years of schooling, most institutions have failed to teach students the most important subject, and that's to navigate the workplace. Now, to solve this problem, we present Skylar, which is an online educational platform where students in Nigeria can gain relevant work skill in line with their career path and have access to job internship and global partnership opportunities. Skylar incorporates a business-to-business model where academic institutions will pay for student enrollment in Skylar. Now, previous solutions exist which make sure that young Nigerians gain relevant skill, but the challenge is that most of these skills are not tailored to students' individual career. Thank you.
Thank you. That sounds interesting. I have loads of questions, especially on that competitive front and also on your business model. And but I want to rush. So is there any other person that has a comment or question for him? So that I don't, any questions or any questions? So my two questions. How are you, apart from the B2B, is there a direct to consumer approach also, or strictly B2B?
Hey.
Hi, Patrick. Oh, so I think something froze somewhere there. I was asking, apart from the B2B approach, is there a B2C at all?
Yeah. So we also offer premium educational content where the users can actually pay. But it's a freemium. Yeah, we have free content and also paid content. Yeah, that the users can actually pay for.
Okay, nice. What's your numbers as of today?
Okay, currently, actually, we started this project face to face, and we've actually trained over 100 students. Yeah, so we moved it online, especially with the current global pandemic, and to make it accessible to students in different institutions. So we've actually impacted the lives of over 100 students.
Okay, so your application, is it currently still a prototype or beta, or yeah, either is it on beta?
It's still a prototype.
It's a prototype.
Still a prototype.
Okay, that makes sense.
Still a prototype.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Huh? Go ahead, Patrick.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
No, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think we should have we should talk more about that. Definitely, I think there is a good market for it. Is there any other person with questions or comments for Patrick? Okay, if there is, and also Patrick, these are your immediate customers here. I can see them already. Oyinda, Samuel. Oyinda, thank you for joining the call. And these are your like early adopters right here. And there are people I think you can begin to sell to. Mwakfon, you're next. Mfon, let me just say Mfon. I don't, pronouncing the name is always give me a problem, but I'll just call it Mfon. Is that okay?
Yeah, it's fine. Thank you. And I've been waiting for this until network logged me out and brought me back. Okay, so It's fine. My name is Wanfon Achibongsa, and I am from Cross River State, Nigeria. And I studied technical education basically, but I am passionate about development work. So I work for Flourisher Foundation, a non-profit organization that train, educate, and empower young women and girls with life skills, seed fund, and scholarship opportunities to enable them get educated, set up businesses for themselves, and have financial independence. Now, I work with 3 communities in Calabar, south of Cross River State, a Cerebrum community, Bayside community, and of course, African community. Now, from the research we carried out in these communities, we realized that there's high level of gender-based violence against women and girls. There's high level of teenage pregnancy and drop out of school children. And because of lack of skills and possibly lack of information in this community for these women. And my target beneficiaries are women and girls. So as a result of the problem we identified, we decide to train women on life skills and also educate them on the need on how to speak up and to prevent gender-based violence against them. And we train them on entrepreneurial skills. We provide them with seed fund to enable them set up businesses for themselves and have financial independence. We also train them on enterprise development and financial management, as well as training them how to open an account for themselves to make savings for themselves. And for the young girls who are not in school, we try to provide them with scholarship opportunities for them to get back to school and as well get educated. So we basically, how we get our funding is from crowdfunding, personal money, and donation from individual. But of recent, just few weeks ago, we have set up a poultry farm business to generate profit so that we can also fund our organization. I think basically that's what we do. I'm passionate about SDG 5, which is gender equality. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. So
Okay, nice. Welcome, fun. I think I'm sorry. I'm curious. The poultry farm. Do you employ these women that you work with as well?
Yeah, we just recently set up the farm. So for now, we have not employed any of these women. Yeah.
okay, I have a lot of concern and questions, but it's an office hour thing, and I think we'll definitely talk more about that, and it's still sustainability. That's one thing. If there is something you have to work on in this fellowship is financial sustainability and easy ways of generating income, easy ways, and easy ways that can be incorporated into your financial model. Victor Daniels, you're next. And that can be incorporated into your organizational model itself. Yeah. Victor, sorry, go ahead.
All right, thank you so much. Hi, everyone. I'm Victor Daniels from Nigeria. I'm the CEO of the Gang Initiative and the co-founder of Agrinet. But for the purpose of this fellowship, I'll be talking on Agrinet. A large number of smaller farmers in Nigeria don't know how or where to put out their products for sale, as well as a lot of buyers don't know where to go about buying. Moreover, the issue of long chain of middlemen and transportation has been one of the major issues ravaging the agricultural sector in Nigeria and globally. So Agrinex is a year to launch sustainable ventures that aims to reduce food speculation and commercial farmers' cost of marketing and transportation of farm produce in Nigeria by connecting farmers to their target markets, making Agrinex a huge intermediary. So Agrinex aims to solve this problem by providing farmers with an online platform that combines artificial intelligence, social media, web, and mobile platform and logistics to provide multi-channel e-commerce marketing and transportation solutions for smallholder farmers and large-scale farmers across Africa. So through this platform, smallholder farmers and farmers can better connect to buyers. It's actually a B2B, B2C platform. So one of the major issues that competitors like efarmers.ng encountered was the language barrier and the literacy of the users. So, however, this platform is better designed to use artificial intelligence to understand free language input by customers to allow customers to use natural language to search for products. So we hope to make money by providing our technology to farmers who pay one-time setup fees to establish their stores and monthly maintenance fees for maintenance. And we also make money through advertising on behalf of farmers in exchange for an advertising fee. So this innovative solution is specifically designed to achieve target 2.2 and target 2.3 and 2.0 of SDG2, in which by 2030 we hope to have double the agricultural productivity and income of small scale and large scale food producers across Africa. So currently we have team members in Botswana and we also have team members in Nigeria. So to better expand our reach. Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you so much. That's actually a very wonderful pitch. Thank you. It's not a talk for now, but I'm still wondering about that competitive landscape. I know a lot of people that do something similar, even with USSD, which they claim that it's more with text messages, it's easier for farmers to get their products to market and get to know current pricing from the market and all of those things. One of our alum is Rural Farmers Hub. They work out of Abuja. They establish farm gates, and then farmers drop their products and they take it to market and return it. There's something also called Isoko, very similar to what you've described. So that differentiating factor, you actually talk about one of them, which is that language barrier, but I still feel there should be more differentiating factor in the business model itself, like having a very specific niche for yourself that will make you, that will give you a very clear market share that investors will be able to bet on. But
okay, yeah, thank you very much. Okay, aside the language barrier and literacy problem, we also hope to provide data collection and data insights and also market information for farmers, although you've mentioned it as well. And one of those competitive advantage of this venture is that we are not really in here to really make profit. It's actually a social venture. So what we tend to do is just to help educate farmers to better help them with agricultural productivity. So most of the profit we make is just to empower farmers. We even have an initiative which we tend to partner with government, corporate social responsibility to better empower farmers in Nigeria and Africa.
yeah, I like Victor though. He understands the trick of the business. Social impact is always a good place to hide, but you still got to do more work differentiating this thing, my friend. Well, that we have 3 months to talk about that. So thank you for the pitch. The next person, Esther Oluwatoyin.
Well, thank you very much. Please, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
All right. So my name is Esther Oluwatoyin Nagaja, and I'm the founder of Eco Diversified International. So at Eco Diversified, what we do basically is on climate and environmental literacy and education for sustainable development. Because we realize that climate change seems to be one of the world's biggest challenge at this particular time, and a lot of people are not aware about it, or they do not have an in-depth understanding of what climate change really means. And we have NGOs, we have organizations who are working on the sustainable development goals. And I, as an example, during the MDGs period, I do not know what MDG was all about. I do not know what they were trying to solve or the problem that was identified by then. So when the SDGs, when I came across the SDGs, I felt, okay, if we work on the MDGs back then and we could not achieve it, and that was why we had to switch on to the SDGs, I feel the youth who are young back then are now grown and they need to be included in this SDG thing. And also the younger generation who are still coming up need to also be informed about this so that we all can work together towards a preferring solution, because people cannot work towards a solution or work towards providing solution if or when they've not been able to identify a problem. And so we work directly with primary schools, secondary schools, and also institutions through various EDI network. So we have Eco Diversified Network. So we have Eco Club in primary and secondary schools. Then we have Eco Campus in institutions, and then the Eco Network that serves as the umbrella to train people, mentor them, and also we are also into consultancy on education for sustainable development. So far, we've been able to work with SUBEB. We've been able to work with Ministry of environment, education, forestry over here in Ogun State. And we're looking forward to spread our tentacle. We've been able to reach out to over 1,000 students. And then we've also trained 66 educators in various schools because monitoring and evaluation is very important. So what we do is we train teachers for them to be able to go back to their classroom and see how they can include climate change education and the SDGs in their various topics. So we also work on climate restoration projects by planting trees. We engage in tree planting activities, and then we launch our pet a tree project for students to adopt one tree as they go through the education cycle, so that they can help in monitoring and ensuring that these trees are being nurtured and they do not die. So we don't just plant and go away and just count numbers. We have students who have adopted these trees and named them in their own name for them to be able to nurture it. And also, I hope I'm not going to be asked, how do we make money? So far, we've been able to partner with various organizations, and then we've got funding. So if like now we are preparing for our 2 projects, and one is being funded by the Kids Right, and the other one by Peace First. So ours is just for us to implement and execute this project. So also our previous projects that we've done in the past are also funded by various organizations who fund us basically on projects that we are being worked on. And also our model, that's a financial model, is that we are trying to work as a waste manager. We've also sent applications to the Waste Management Board for us to be a waste manager in Ogun State. And we are, what is stopping us so far is we've not been able to get a land space for us to use so that we can start collecting waste and work on recycling them or making them into new products. Thank you.
Yeah, I won't ask you about how you make money. I think you can make money by a lot of consulting gig, and I think it's really clear the path that you want to go. What I would encourage you to do is to consider um, um, dominating the space where you work, especially in the states where you work, um, by by doing more work in terms of policy advocacy. You have a unique advantage to canvas for evidence-based policy advocacy, to do evidence-based policy and advocacy that helps you take solutions that work and spreading of information from the bottom to the top. And from what you've described, you seem to be able to do that. If you do that, then you will be like the Yaga of the climate space, basically being able to work with government officials concerning climate issues. And with the kind of network you built, it shouldn't be hard for you to do. So it might be a bit out of your comfort zone, but that is something that would definitely help you to really dominate that space. And you are you seem to be on the right path to that also. There are a lot of people doing what you're doing, but one thing that's different is that you've brought like 3 or 4 different organizations together into one. I'm seeing Education for Sustainable Development Goal. I will have asked you, oh, how are you different from One African Child and all the likes? How are you different from all these other climate and environmental organizations, Recycle Points, our you recycle and all the likes? So you definitely can make a lot of money from serious grants if you consider putting on fire, and if you talk to the government, and if you build in some policy approach to it, policy advocacy approach. And it's something you can start partially with your network, passively with your network. And with that kind of network also, selling products shouldn't be a big deal. So it's something you might want to consider instead of depending on donor and project funds. Our Zozo networks, we work with project funds, and I understand how hard that can be, chasing these funders down. And as your work begins to expand, either they are fully committed to you, or you have to even do more hard work to get more money in. So, but you might want to think about internal generated revenue during the next 3 months and think about how you can build a policy approach to your work. Next is Brenda. Hi, Brenda. Okay, Brenda, go ahead.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. My network is a bit unstable, so I don't know if I'm being heard, but I'll go and.
You're being heard.
I am Brenda. I'm Brenda from Uganda, and my project is called Farmer Evolve, and we've set out to mostly address poverty alleviation and food security, and we are doing this by engaging smallholder farmers and availing them with evidence-based trainings, access to credit, and access to market. Yeah.
Well, so thank you, Brenda. So can you tell us more about what you've done so far?
Okay, so far, what we have done evidence-based trainings, and we've partnered with a microcredit foundation, Uganda Microcredit Foundation, to offer credit to farmers and at a 5% discount, considering the normal like lending rate. And we are sort of like a credit agent, helping farmers reach to, because agricultural financing ideally is a very, very hard concept in Uganda here. So it's what we are measuring in, and we are in talks with other people to have this running, because it helps farmers, first of all, have access to like seeds and exploiting all planting seasons. So it's, yeah, that's basically what we are focusing on.
Yeah, I know we have 2 more people left, Esther and Christopher, I believe. And Brenda, one last question before Patrick asks you the question. If you, I do some little investment here and there, and as an investor, if I approach you today and say I want to invest in your organization, what do you need money for?
It would be for credit. Yes, for the credit bit of it.
Okay. So that way you can stop working with the Ugandan Credit Union.
Yes.
Okay, and possibly reduce the increase the discount and reduce interest rate. Patrick, you can go ahead with your question.
Yeah, thank you very much. During her pitching, I realized that she has more than one focused area. I want to ask, how are you able to manage these multiple areas of interest? How do you, I'm thinking that the workload is much. How do you organize your team and you're able to achieve, in-depth impact? I don't know, how do you do it?
Well, I think I can tell a bit of a background story. We started with focusing on evidence-based trainings, where we call in farmers to teach them modern ways of farming. And as we went on with our trainings, we realized that the people we are actually impacting or giving these skills to do not actually have the money to implement these projects or these things that we are telling them, like you have to plant this time, you have to use these seeds, they are more resilient and all, and they don't even have money to buy those seeds that you're telling them to buy. So it sort of got our, how can I say, it sparked the interest of going into agriculture financing to look for ways in which, okay, after telling people that do this and this, how do they implement? So it's really not much workload, as we may say, but yeah, it's interconnected. And after these people are, because when we went to the Microcredit Foundation, they definitely asked us, where are these people going to sell the product? Agriculture financing is funny. We need to be assured that, you know, the money is coming back. So we had to go into the market to actually look for people who are going to buy these inputs. So it's an interrelated process. So that's how we got into, and that's how we are doing the work.
Okay.
This is very interesting, but I know I know we are running out of time, but I'm just curious, Brenda, what's your return rate?
Like when we lend the money,
Yeah.
well, we do a little bit of follow-up because we are not really directly the people lending the money. We
I
are
see.
doing, but we ensure that the people we are asking money for, actually we've gone on to sort of like leverage on like opportunities to get them markets. So we tell these people, we tell the Microcredit Foundation that this is the people going to buy their product. So the process is followed.
That makes
And the
sense.
return rate really has been not bad per se.
Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you, Brenda. Okay, so basically, I think we'll talk more. Don't let me take more time. Esther. Esther Mark. Hi, Esther. Okay, while we wait for Esther, Christopher, you can go ahead.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Yeah, I'm Christopher Mwima. I'm the founder. Good evening. I'm the founder of Liz Leather, social enterprise that creates awareness through training and mobilization, especially the vulnerable men and women in the society who are suffering from infertility complication and who have not underwent any training in their life. So we do this especially to create a source of income to them by teaching them how to make leather goods and products, and also how to source market for them, especially on the small scale, so that at the end of the day they earn a living. By doing that, as I have said, we reduce poverty through training, because training is one of the major issue we are doing as Liz Enterprise. And also we collaborate with other agencies, especially the social workers, community health workers, community leaders, and to some extent gynecologists, because sometimes we work with the women and men who are suffering from infertility complication. We get our finances through selling of our products, the one we make, especially leather and belts and mouse pads and the rest of the things. That is how we get our finances. And most of the time we collaborate with the schools, community people, and sometimes others walk them around at the market to keep them busy. On the other hand, our mission is just to empower this group by improving their living standard, thus reducing stigmatization and unemployment situation across the community. We are based in western part of Kenya, that is in Busia County, and recently we have moved to Nairobi, especially in Kuinda slum. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Christopher. Thank you. That is the second time I'll be hearing Christopher's speech, so I sort of know their product and how. Questions to questions and comments, guys.
Christopher, yeah, thank you. What is the link, I guess, between the production and selling of leather goods and this population of couples experiencing infertility complications?
Yeah, thank you so much for the question. We started the initiation in 2015 especially from where I come from, that is rural part of Kenya, whereby we realized that majority of women were suffering from infertility complication, were not there to stay. And most of the time, their marriage couple, the union was not so strong because of lack of children. Majority of them were barren. And you find out that these women, most of the time, were housekeepers. They have no experience, they have no skill, they have no knowledge to upkeep themselves, so they depend on their husband. So through good journey with the social workers around and the community health workers, we came up to identify that how do we make useful of the resources that are available, because on the issue of the skin and hides, it is locally available, because most communities in western part of Kenya are domestic, and they regard skin and hides as something, a waste product on the animal products. So we came out to say that how do we make use of these by training them and maybe equipping them with skills, since I had trained this in a technical school and I had knowledge to do it. So I decided to carry it in my community.
Just a comment. It is still confusing, that link, and it's something I think you need to straighten out. And hopefully, maybe our first session together, or maybe the second, would help you to be able to see that better. Is the real problem the infertility? Is that the reason why they are domesticated and they are unempowered? Or there is some other reason? There are several people that have infertility and they have career. So there might be something else there that is the real problem that they are facing, even something more general than just that classification. So it's something that you may just have to think about, but we'll definitely walk through all of that. Any other questions or comment for him? Esther. Esther Mark. Esther is not here. Esther. Esther. Okay. Andrew, please go ahead and ask your question.
Okay, what I wanted to ask from Wima.
Andrew, your network is really bad. It might be good if you use the chat box. Andrew? Okay, guys. I think that is the end of our time together for today. And I hope you've had a nice time. We have two alums here. I'll just like them to also introduce themselves briefly, what they've been up to before and now after the fellowship. And we just want to get to know you better. So, Oyinda, can you go first? Hi, Oyinda.
Hello, Dr. Shagun.
Hi.
Good to hear your voice. It's been like how many years now? Months, rather, not years.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. Sorry, I can't turn on my video. I'm a mom, so I can't turn on my video. It's fine. All right. So it's been fantastic. I've heard everybody, and it reminded me of when we also started this journey. Yeah, we are still on the journey. We're still working. So basically, I'm Oyinda Moladibowale. I'm the founder of Future Got Better, an organization committed to raising innovative leaders amongst teenagers. And we've done this for over 8 years now. So one of the ways we operate is through our student leadership program. We have residential boot camps, we have school tours, mentorship program. And this we do to secondary schools, but basically we currently are working with parents now. We realize that there's a lot to do and they're part of our stakeholders. So we are doing a whole lot more with parents now. That's just to say it in summary. So yeah, it's been great hearing from everyone, and hopefully we should do a lot together. Yes.
Thank you, Ida. Thank
I wasn't
you.
expecting this, so Dr. Shegun.
No, it's fine. No, you did well. So thank you.
All right.
No, you should get used to me saying you're doing well. So you're doing well. And before I go to Toyosi, I have one question. How was it like before and now after the fellowship, especially because most of the people here, one thing I've seen today is making income and that audacity to go beyond to do what you used to do for free and then trying to make income or trying to generate revenue out of it. How was that experience for you?
I'll say that one of the things this bootcamp did for me is that income part too. Because I've always been this person, I'm passion driven, I just want to help people, but I realize that helping people are not making money in return and all that. So, but one thing I've been able to do is to demand for fees. So I'm also a certified counselor. So when people come to me to say, I want you to counsel me, or I want you to come to our school to be a visiting counselor or something, I tell them this is what it would cost. So they invite me, come talk to our parents. I can boldly say it and I don't even feel anyhow. I know my Dr. Shegun said income, influence, and impact. So I'm making impact and I'm making money. The last student leadership program we did, I actually told some of the schools who have been participating for like how many years now, I told them that, okay, so we didn't want to charge them this year because of a lot of them are just coming out of COVID, and we know a lot of schools were shut down last year. So we said, okay, it's still free. However, we appreciate donations from you. And interestingly, some schools actually gave. So that means they're actually valuing what we are giving them. So I told my team that, guys, next year, they are paying for this thing, it's not free, because these schools will levy those students to get the money. And you spend a whole lot, although we had some sponsors and all that. So for me, Dr. Sherry, if you didn't do anything, that I will charge and I will tell you this is it. And I'll collect the money, I'm happy, I'm laughing, because I'll tell myself these are the things I'll do for free, and there's no money. But now I'm making impact and I'm making money. It's very good, very sweet.
Thank you, Inda. Thank you. Thank you so much. Amoteyosi, you're next. Can you introduce yourself briefly and the same thing? Toyosi, are you here? I'm not sure Toyosi is here. Since Toyosi is not here, so I think we'll round up now. But before then, I want two of our team members to also introduce themselves. They've been here, Gold and Lolade, and you'll also let these people know what the amazing work you've been doing and what you've been doing, what you will be helping them with. Who should I start with? Let's start with Lolade.
Hello, everyone. Should I say good evening? Good evening, Dr. Shegun. Hi, Sulu. Good to see you. Hello, Gold and the new YID fellows. Good to have you here. My name is Lolade, as obvious on the screen. So I would be in charge of the mentorship. I don't know. I joined in late because I had a meeting before now. So I don't know if you've been briefed about the mentorship program.
Yeah, we briefed them.
Okay, awesome. So I would be matching everyone. I've listened to our pitch and it's amazing, the talent that is here and how much work you've done and how much work you would still do. And I see that Dr. Shegun has some questions, and I know that I foresee that at the end of the day, when we would have another, like the final pitch, I see a lot of things changing and improving, especially after we must have had a relationship with our mentors. So I have created a matchbook already. Everyone here, except for I think 4 fellows, already have a mentor that they've been attached to. But also I was opportune to listen to at least 4 people's speeches today. So that might also affect the choice of mentors that I'll be assigning to you. So I might need to make some changes, of course, with Dr. Shegun's approval. So there would be a rubric system for your pitches. Your pitches today have been noted. The things you need to improve upon have been noted, and they would form part of your evaluation going forward, such that at the end of the day, you would be able to have measurable impact. I say a lot of people, everybody that talks kept saying evidence-based solution. So, so yes, you would have evidences, a lot of evidences for your mentorship program, for the YID mentorship program. Of course, I look forward. So the mentorship phases, there are in two phases, as I believe Dr. Shego has told us. There'll be a phase with the mentors who are from different climes. We have Person Boswell from Denmark. We have people from all the way from Rwanda, different people. So it's not going to be based on your country, but really based on what we perceive that you need. And please feel free to reach out to us if you believe that your relationship with your mentor is not bringing the results that you would actually expect. So one of the things we would appreciate from you are such feedback, how you think we need to improve to help you gain as much as possible from this program. So we really look forward to getting that from you. To help our documentation, we might need to we might need you to fill some reports, to submit some reports after your session. So I hope that we would be able to get this promptly from you whenever we reach out to you. So today, the pitch presentation we've done today forms part of our pre-assessment.
So we told them that we won't use this one today. We gave them. We told them we won't use this today.
Okay, so we have Grace. Grace has intervened for us, so we won't be using this. So going forward, you would be able to see what we are measuring you against, and you'll be able to work towards achieving, the best standard by the time this program is ended. So for the phase two, you'll be collaborating with students from Dr. Shego, I'm sorry, I've forgotten the name of the university.
We told them about that. So Tolu did a presentation.
Okay. Oh, sorry. You told me Oluwanimi, so I didn't know it was Tolu.
Yeah.
Okay then. So there's that too. So yeah, I look forward to having wonderfully insightful sessions with us.
Yeah, thank you, Lolade. And lastly, Gold. Hi, Gold, are you here? Okay, good. Is it?
So I'm trying to unmute myself. Good evening from Nigeria. Good evening, everyone. Hello, Dr. Shego. Long time.
Yeah.
Hello. Hi, Oyinda. Thank you.
Our network is freezing. Hi, Gold.
Hello, Tolu. My name is Gold Emenike. I'm so basically last year for YID fellow assisting Dr. Shegun, but I believe now the mantle has passed to me, so just like I'm backing her up. I'm just like a partial assistant. I'll be handling the certificate aspect. So we are meant to share the certificate for. We just concluded within the list of the successful. I'm just like volunteering my time, handling programs, online programs, basically. So I believe Lolade has said most of it all. She's the person in charge of mentorship program and the rest. So I'll just be, by the way, always giving in my support. Thank you.
Yeah. Last year, Good was our go-to person for literally everything that we have to do online, and you can always reach out to her for support and help. Guys, thank you so much for being a part of today's session, and I hope it's exciting enough, and we are hopeful of what is coming next, and I hope we've also learned one thing or the other. So by Monday, we'll be sending you more information, and we'll also share some of the some of the slides that we used for today with you, so you can go over it. This session was recorded, so would send you a link to this video also if there are aspects of it that you've missed and you want to go back and check. If you have any question or you have any issues, you can always raise it on the WhatsApp group or send us an email. So thank you so much for coming around today and have a lovely evening. If you want to stay back and chat with different people here, you can do that, but the meeting is now closed. Thank you so much and have a good evening.